Okay. What's up? All right. Welcome to C. Jerome 360 Live. I'm your host, C. Jerome, coming to you on a Friday, coming to you a different way, a little different way. For weeks now, I've talked to you about, let's say, married at first sight. Talked to you about them gates, beyond the gates, and talked to you quite a bit about Donald J. Trump. Well, if it's one thing in life that I know, you can only control what you can control. And Donald J. Trump is uncontrollable in what he's doing. The Democrats don't seem to have a clue in order to fight back. So, we're at the mercy of a dictator. The stock market is dropping. Life in America is totally unpredictable. So, I can't control that. Neither can you. We're at the mercy of those in Washington that has a better plan. Well, so what can we do? Well, like I said, I've been talking to you about all of these different things on TV shows or whatnot, but now I'm gonna take this to a whole new level. I'm gonna talk to you about making money. In America, a country that over the last few months have already showed that people of color are not a priority. They're more of a problem. So, what do? Well, in my case, I do what I do best. I was an instructor, not just any instructor. I taught hard stuff. Electronics, chasing highs and lows through circuits. And I enjoyed it. I enjoy teaching. I'm at the point in my life now where you're 65, what do you do with the rest of your life? Well, I look at it like this. If a man is a mechanic and he works on cars all of his life, by the time he reaches the age of 65, he should be able to build a race car for Indy. He should be able to build a rocket. In my case, I wasn't a mechanic. In the Navy, I was what they call a data systems technician. What was that? Well, back in the 70s, or 60s actually, they came out with this thing called computers. Well, everybody else in the world, they're oblivious to this, but of course not the government or the military. So these computers are created to guide weapon systems. My job was to maintain the computer that fired those weapons. I did that for 26 years. And I was very good at it. After I got out of the Navy, you gotta figure what you gonna do with the rest of your life. Well, in my case, not being a mechanic, but by being a computer guy, I decide to not go that route. I said, where is he going with this? Well, I figured out something. I figured out there's two types of workers in the country. You got those that go to work every day and wait on their paycheck, that needs a boss to come in and tell them what they need to do. And you got, on the other hand, you got the guy to come to work every day, no supervision required, and the results are outstanding. They call that guy an independent contractor. And for the last 20 years, that's what I've done. Now, I'm sure that on Indeed and other sites, you've seen independent contractors. You say, oh, but you skip right by that. 1099 employee, no benefits, nothing get, oh no. What you didn't realize was you was missing the boat on how you really make money for a company. Why go in and deal with all the things you have to deal with in a work environment when you could actually work for that same company and make twice the amount of money and put yourself in a position to not only work for that one company, but how about 2, 3? And at one time in my life, I worked for 5 different companies doing 5 different things and getting paid mileage by all of them. That's what I'm going to teach you on this platform. Like I said, I'm an instructor. I know how to teach. Now, you got a choice. You can sit around here and complain about Donald Trump the rest of your life, or you can realize something. You are in the most competitive country in the world where all of the affirmative actions initiatives are gone. There is no, well, you gonna give them a chance or whatnot. Looks like the country's through with that. So, again, you got a choice. You can go ahead and complain. You can go in every day and work out a job you don't like. Or if you come over here and roll with me, I can teach you something. I can teach you how you can go out here in your car and make $100,000 a year. Freedom of doing what you want to do, when you want to do it. And most important, you learn something every day. You learn something every day. And all those things you learn, they all combine into what they call, in the independent contractor world, a unicorn. A guy that other contractors, they call and they say, hey, what's this guy you got down here doing this? Think he can take care of this while he in that process? Of course he can. You see where I'm going with this? So, I gave you an analogy about a guy been a mechanic his whole life, and when he turned 65 or so, he should be able to build a rocket. He should be able to build a race car. Well, see Jerome 360, this is my race car. Built during a time in America where you really don't know where the truth is coming from. Now understand this. I've led thousands of people in my life. And a lot of those people are going to see this and they said, I wonder when he was going to speak up and say something. So they know what I'm about. I'm about the truth. I'm going to take this race car. I'm going to drive it fast. I'm going to teach you something. And we don't know what's going to happen in this world. But if shit jump off, I got your back.